Belgrade Fortress. Not sure what's going on with the dance music or whatever that is over there. Anyway, let's see where this tunnel goes. Ooh. Doesn't smell quite as much like piss as I expected, so that's nice. You know, tunnels often seem to appear like urinals to people, apparently. Let's take a look. Ooh, cannons and military stuff. That's nice. Perfect. This is a good enough place to film, you know? I wanted to start with a story. When I was working at a mine a few years ago, I was just on my way home for my days off, just driving, and stopped in this small town. Just went to a random restaurant, and I just walked in, sat down by myself, and I looked, and there was just one other guy sitting by himself, and he looked over at me and he's like, "Bro, you eating alone?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Want to join?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" So I went over and sat at his table, got some food, got some beers going. You know, next thing we know, we get to talking, and then these other people show up, and it was funny because he went over to them and he's like teasing them and stuff. It was these like families, and it was like some younger girl's birthday, and he was like trying to buy them drinks and stuff. It was quite funny, but I think they weren't even like old enough to drink, so the family's like, no, please just stop. But anyways, funny character. But the point is yeah, we ended up kind of becoming friends, and we hung out a bit after too, and had some more beers, and just chilled at the hot tub in his hotel. And I was thinking, like, that was a cool thing that he just saw me and was like, "Hey, why not invite this guy to eat with me," you know? And I think it had a lasting effect on me, because after that I thought, you know what, I'm gonna be that guy next time. And so, yeah, like lots of times now I've gone to restaurants. Like just recently, a few days ago, I was at this pub. I looked over and saw like a fellow traveler just drinking alone, so I went up. I'm like, "Hey, want to have a pint with me?" And he's like, "Yeah, why not?" Then we got to chatting. One pint turned into a couple, and it was a good time. And yeah, I just thought, like, you know, nobody really needs to drink or eat alone. I mean, like, you can if you want. But the point is like, just by that guy being the way he was, not doing really anything extraordinary, but just a simple gesture, you know, it changed the way that I act. And in that way, he had like a ripple effect, because now, yeah, I am that person often now where I see someone eating alone or drinking alone, I'm like, "Hey, want some company? Let's hang out. Why not?" You know? And the point is, that's how you create real change in the world. You know? Because I tell this to people all the time, and it kind of irritates them. They're like, oh, like, do you pay attention to politics? I'm like, no. And they're like, well, but everything is political. Like, politics are so important. I'm like, no, they're not. You have no effect in that. I hate to break it to you, but the president or the prime minister or even most people in the government don't care about you and your stupid opinions. They're not stupid necessarily, but to them they are. They don't care. They're in it for themselves, you know? And really all you're doing is stressing yourself out most of the time, concerning yourself with these things. And to be even more cynical, I really don't think voting has much effect either. But in that same way, it's like, I don't care, because that's not how I'm going to change the world. How I'm going to change the world is, by inviting someone to dinner, by helping someone, by treating people how you want to be treated, the immediate people around you, you know, and just like the way that guy had a lasting effect on me, maybe you can do the same for others. Like, you see some lonely person and invite them for a drink, include them in a conversation. You know, you see someone lost, you help them out. Like, for example, just yesterday, I guess, I went to the train station here in, it was in Novi Sad, but I was like really surprised how nice and helpful the people were there. Like, I went up to order a ticket and the lady didn't speak English really, and this guy instantly stepped in and was like, hey, do you want me to translate for you? I'm like, sure, thanks. And then he like helped me out and was like, oh, you need to go over to the machine to get this ticket and stuff. So then when I went over to the machine, I was like looking at it, and this lady just comes up and she's like, hey, do you want help with the machine? I'm like, sure, thank you very much, like, that's nice. And then I guess it must have been her partner came up to him and was like, oh, hey, like, you want some help? I'm like, whoa, what is going on here? Why are all these people so nice? But that's it, man. That's how you change the world. If you want to change the world, you want to have a lasting effect on people, it's really just simple gestures like that, and it has a ripple effect. It's not by like getting mad at the TV or social media or concerning yourself with things that you really have no power over. What do you have power over? The immediate environment around you and the people that are around you. That's really it. You know, I didn't have any say in this kind of stuff either. What's going on here? My heritage is actually Mennonite, and Mennonites are known historically for being pacifists, and that's another way to change the world for the good. You know, that's the Christian way, I guess you could say. Because at the end of the day, the way I see it, the only thing you can really do to make a positive difference in the world is just be the best person that you can be and not cause trouble. Treat people how you want to be treated. Show them the right way to act. Hopefully they'll pass that on. Yeah, you know, I would say I'm a pacifist too, but not very interested in weapons and so on. But it is interesting to look at. But you know, that's kind of like a simple answer. It's like if everybody was a pacifist, if nobody wanted to fight, well then nobody would fight. I don't know. Crazy stuff, you know? Look at all these bombs and guns. Underwater mine. Beautiful stuff, right? What a wonderful human that was like, let's build some shit that kill people. But you know, I'll leave you with this. It's like this Jordan Peterson quotation. Probably won't get it perfect, but it's something like, set your house in order before you judge the world. And that's exactly right. Until you've set everything around you in order, until you and are having a good relationship with yourself and the people around you, what right do you have to judge the world?